Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
This new term, I heard it for the very first time the other day, teen-ternity. Do you know what this is about? Better yet, can you support this? We'll get to it in a second in the podcast. Here we go.
I don't know what he would be on the news for, unless it's something that we're not privy to, but I have always gotten, and I think the fact that he's a dad of like all girls.
Oh,
As a female, I get a really good vibe from him. But you never know what people are up to. Like George Santos, all of his lackeys and people that work for him and his interns, they're all like, yeah, we have stories. We have stories that could take this guy down. And even though he was fired, he's still making those cameo videos that we heard last week. But like, if your boss was on the news today, you woke up, would it surprise you? Like, why should he be on?
Bianca, you're first through. Surprised to see your boss on the news. Why would he be on there?
He's awful. He says the most inappropriate things all the time.
Ooh.
I mean, you wouldn't believe some of the things this guy says.
Just like sexist stuff, or what are you hearing every day? That sucks.
Oh, absolutely. Sexist things, borderline racist things.
Oh, my God.
You know, how we smell. I think he took a whiff of my hair the other day. Yeah, very odd.
Now, why do you think somebody hasn't turned him in? Why isn't he in the news yet?
Is it because no one wants to do his job, or does he do it so well, like the semantics part?
Oh, you mean like his bosses probably think he's doing such a good job that he's not doing anything wrong?
Well, I mean, anytime we go to say something to him like, hey, maybe that's a little inappropriate, or wow, he'll put his finger over his mouth like a shh. The other day he put his finger over my coworker's mouth and told her to shh. Yeah.
No way. He touched her mouth and told her to be quiet.
Do you think it's just a matter of time before we read about this guy in the news? Like, you think this is going to happen eventually?
Absolutely. Somebody is definitely going to blow the whistle. It's not going to be me because I like my job and I get paid a good amount, but somebody in the office is probably going to blow the whistle on that guy.
A new study by Southern Utah University, I want you to tell me if this is true. They reveal that men find the au-natural look on women to be more attractive than if we were to layer on the lipstick and mascara. Is that true?
I think there's a reason most women don't put on like their game makeup every single day because it's probably a lot more work than we realize. But yeah, I think guys want to see what's real.
Okay. And they even say going on a first date with an au-natural look.
No, you should put in an effort.
Yeah, I think so too.
You got to put in some time.
And then you surprise them in the morning. Speaking of that, today is December 11th. Not a good day because you're probably going to get broken up with. This is like the most popular day to do that.
The hustle and bustle of the holidays. Shopping can be confusing. Guys, having a hard time finding the perfect gifts for your girlfriend? Well, here's a money-saving idea. Break up with her. Maybe it's not a gift you can't find. Maybe it's because you don't find interest in her any longer. So the perfect time to break up is now, before you and she spend hundreds on expensive presents. And after the ball drops on New Year's, you try to break it off and she'll ask,
well, how long have you been feeling like this?
And you'll say, around Thanksgiving. And she'll say,
well, you could have let me know then.
So save money. Break up today. Your single buddies ready to go clubbing for the holidays will be glad you did. They never liked her anyway.
What if the Hunger Games were a real thing, Kat?
Mm-hmm.
First off, you'd be dead in a heartbeat.
Me?
Oh, you have no survival
I could hide in trees like nobody's business.
No.
I do it every day.
Because I would hear little dings off your phone because you got notifications on your Snapchat or something like that.
Probably.
But what if each state had to send a female and a male representative to the Hunger Games?
Okay.
What would your state, depending on where you're listening to this from, what would your state's tributes look like? So they asked AI to pump out some of these images.
Let me say mine first. Just
so
in case.
If you were to nominate a male or a female from this state, what would they look like, Kat?
All right. So the female would look as such, okay? She would have a Love Your Melon beanie.
For sure.
A sweatshirt that says Lake Life.
Okay.
With the paddles and then the Minnesota logo. Leggings.
Mm-hmm.
Uggs with that white salt line around the bottom from the snow.
That's it.
And then a Stanley because we have to stay hydrated
Okay, good.
while we're killing people.
How about the male representative from Minnesota?
Beard,
Okay.
a bushy beard, but like smells like cinnamon. Okay. And then a craft brewery T-shirt, maybe from like the brewing expo that we have.
Sure.
Jeans, and maybe some fake Tims. And that's it. But the jeans have to have that spot for the hammer to go in. You know, that little loop on
So
the
they have
thigh.
to be the carpenter jeans.
Yeah.
When AI was asked to produce images of all the states, I thought there was a couple that really stood out that I think you need to know about. Number one, Arkansas is apparently sending 2 gingers.
Yeah, they have a ton of gingers. Like, that's why the Hills Have Eyes is based on all the
You're
creepy
telling
gingers
me
that live
there's
there.
more gingers in
Yes, that's where they go for safety. Arkansas, where there's nobody. Send them to the hills.
The New Jersey's female tribute looks spookily like Snooki.
Yep.
The Missouri tribute, the male tribute, looks almost identical to the Notorious B.I.G.
Okay.
Wisconsin tributes are covered in cheese. So AI got a little bit lazy on some of this, but I thought this would be fun to toss at you. If we were going to send Minnesota tributes to the Hunger Games, what would they look like?
What's trending? What's trending?
All right. The internet is angered for a really weird reason, I think. This video is going viral. It's a woman that made the internet angry because she wouldn't sell her puppy.
Someone offered us $200K for our puppy, and I told my husband absolutely not because I birthed her.
What?
Would you guys sell your dogs for $200K? Yep. Like, that is my baby. I have a nice watch, and people before have been like, how much are you willing to sell that for? Because people are sometimes just willing to spend a lot of money on things because people are dumb. I don't trust anybody else with my dog other than me and my husband.
What's the minimum you would sell, Addison? The minimum. 10?
Yeah, I could do that for 10.
You'd sell it for $10,000?
I thought you said $10.
Your wife wouldn't like it.
My wife would have a freaking conniption.
But would your wife sell her for $200,000?
I don't think so. I really don't think my wife would let that dog go. I'm a very... it's not that I don't like pets, and it's not that I don't like animals, but I really, really believe in the hierarchy on the planet.
Yeah.
And
I love money.
$200,000 gets me a lot closer to not having to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm the worst person for this story because, in a heartbeat, no problem. Dog who, I would forget about it immediately for $200,000. What? For my kid?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody...
back to what she said. She birthed this puppy.
Yeah, that
I don't know if you
got
caught that.
Weird. But if somebody came to you right now with $5 million and said, listen, he's almost a teenager already. I'm going to take him off your hands for $5 million.
Could I
Would you let
call
it go?
him? Could I text him?
Yeah, you can text him every day, but you can never live with him again.
No, absolutely not. I can't
8
live without
million?
that kid. Now we're up to 8 million. Maybe throw a bit.
One eyebrow is in there.
B in front.
And some Bitcoin?
Yeah, and some Bitcoin. But let's say you have your dog right now. Someone walks up to you on the street and they're like, we'll give you $200K. Would you? I think this is a really good social experiment. If you want to go ahead and text your answer, just yes or no. But what I think is weird is like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't with anything in the world. Isn't it weird what the internet is mad at her for? I feel like the internet would be mad if she said, heck yeah, I'll take that money and give you my dog.
Listen, you can have the collars, all the toys, both the bowls, everything, all the treats that are left over.
I'll pay for boarding while you vacation.
I'll ship it there for $200,000.
What's your answer? Would ya? Because that is what's trending.
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo. Bingo!
Bingo what bingo?
Bingo! Okay, here's how listener bingo works. The phones are on hold, so please don't call yet. But as soon as you realize that you fit one of the following 2 criteria, call. We want to get to know your story. Maybe you're somebody listening who
has had 2 different ways of living. Maybe you grew up like super poor and now you live in a mansion, or maybe like Jonathan Lipnicki, you know who that is? Like the human head weighs 8 pounds. From Jerry Maguire, he went from living in Hollywood to the Midwest.
I wanted to just see what was out there and see, a different quality of life and a slower pace.
and it's been amazing. I drove around for quite a bit, and then I ended up in Oklahoma. I had a few friends out here from high school, and there's a growing film community.
Yeah, there
I
is.
can do everything from, at home, and I teach also locally out here. It's so peaceful for me.
So he's loving the slower pace of Midwest life. So he went from living in Hollywood now to the Midwest.
Mine is anyone listening who has done the carnivore diet.
Okay.
This is you only basically eat meats. That's pretty much it.
I watched TLC, My Strange Addiction, like the new ones that are out, and this guy only eats raw meat.
Oh, raw. I don't like the parasite angle on that.
And that's what the doctor said, because he's like, I don't think I've ever been in better health. And the guy's like, listen, animal bodies can handle parasites a lot differently than the human body. And then when you eat those, you are opening yourself up to infection.
There is a lot of hype around the health benefits to a carnivore diet, and I'm just wondering if anybody's actually done it and you're doing it because you found yourself to be healthier. Maybe.
What have you read that's the downside? Because I could live that carnivore. I love meat.
Now, Chelsea, who's going to get the bingo here, myself or Kat?
I have done the carnivore diet.
All right. Very, very cool. Now, I think typically we think of only dudes doing this diet, so I'm excited to hear how you felt about it.
It was the quickest way to lose weight and keep it off.
Okay.
You lost a lot of weight on the carnivore diet. See, I feel like I would be eating many steaks.
We do it every summer for a week, and I lose 10 pounds every time.
Oh, my God.
For that week.
So
And I've
what would
kept
an
it off.
average day entail for your carnivore diet? What would you do for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks?
For breakfast, steak and eggs.
Okay.
For lunch, a hamburger with a fried egg on top.
Okay.
And then for dinner, we go back to steak and eggs. They're like ribs.
Uh-huh. So is the egg
So,
not
and like
supposed to be in there?
to snack throughout the day, snack throughout the day, it was always just hard-boiled eggs.
Now, you say we, so you went through this with somebody, husband, wife, something like that?
Me and my husband.
It's probably easiest to do that. You have the support.
Oh, yeah. I'm competitive about it, so I would stay on it longer than you would.
Yeah.
Now, I have also heard that
And then I
about...
would fast while doing the carnivore diet, so it was just,
You're all over the place. I had heard about the second or third day, you get the poops really bad.
I never did, but my husband did really.
Yeah. Like I heard you can't get you got to stay within about an earshot of the bathroom.
Really?
Because it hits and it's never full formed for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't want to talk about that anymore. I thought, it's the end of the year and there's all these lists and everything like that. But if we had to do a high and a low for your personal world, what would be the highest point of your year so far and the lowest point of your year?
So just of the year?
Yeah, just of the year.
Okay.
Since January 1st,
okay.
The best thing personally for you was what?
I mean, we're basically always number one with our show and station, but I don't know. It's just always nice to know that people are listening, people enjoy, people are a part of the show. That is my favorite
we got
part.
them fooled.
But just staying number one, getting a little pay bump, that would probably be my high for the year. That's always nice. And then my low, I still don't have a yacht. So I think it's a good
More
spot.
pay bump is what you're looking for at this point?
I still don't have my yacht. I'm just saying I really had to think of a low, which is kind of a good thing, right? Like I couldn't think of
It was pretty
something
easy for me.
that brought me down where I felt low. Maybe watching my kid have to muscle through a whole season.
No, it's you. You got to leave your family out of it. It's you.
But
What
that was
your
me.
low?
That was an
wasn't-
inner battle of watching my kid have to suffer through. And I felt really bad because you're only a kid for so long, and I made him do
Builds
it.
character. It builds character. I'm telling you.
I don't know. It was
the
kind of a
things you
waste.
don't want to do and you find a way to get done, build character.
And he did. He finished it out. That's what we say. If you're going to start something, finish it. But I felt bad.
So my high was fooling everyone and milking a free trip to New York City out of a bunch of people. I felt good about that.
Yeah.
The low, obviously, losing to some hillbillies in Missouri. No, they're good people. They have a good radio show. But that was a low, man. Here's what the problem. That kind of stuff I don't care about ever. And I started sipping the Kool-Aid of the Jagovs around here going, that would be great. Wouldn't it be great to bring home that? I didn't care. And then we got there and you guys were all so excited. And then I got like 3 seconds before they announced that we lost.
Your heart was going.
I was like, oh my
Your
God,
heart
it would
was
be kind of
going.
cool to win this.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, now I hate it again even more.
But I didn't feel a certain, like when we didn't get our name called, I was like, all right, it is what it is. And, but then I was like, we got a really cool trip, and it was a good New York trip.
Yeah, it was a great New York
trip.
trip.
New York trip I took before, it wasn't like the best. And this one, you really saw New York. We had a really great time. So it balanced out.
I want you sometime today to find time
to call the Marconi
to just think about your high and your low. And I think it's good that, you're going to find balance in that. And I'm not asking you to list out all the bad things that's happened to you this year. That's going to be counterproductive. But if you find something that you think was a great high moment this year, and then you look at that low and you go, hey, but I'm still here. I'm still kicking. I'm still looking for another high. That's what it's all about. At 7:07 Tuesday morning on the live show, we're going to give you a chance to get tickets for Enrique Pitbull and Ricky Martin and $500 cash. That's at 7:07. Write that down. Tuesday morning. Let's get you back into the podcast now.
Eternity. And when I saw it on the news, both of us were like, what is this all about? So I looked it up, and it's basically a thing over in the UK. It's about to be like an official thing that all employers have to offer people with teenagers a chance to spend extra time at home if need be, because they're teens and they're unpredictable. And they say their teen brains can't make sound choices. I just look at my kid who's 11, a tween, I guess, and I am fully confident in him making good decisions. I have talks with him almost daily about what he can and can't do with his phone. Like, don't have incriminating things in your phone. Somebody sends you a text message picture and it like feels weird, it's probably weird. So get it off your phone. There are ways to delete it. Get it off your phone. Don't answer the door when I'm gone.
I'm on my third teenager, and I don't feel like there's ever been a time where we needed to just take time off of work
to
hang out with one of them.
Full career breaks for people with like teens that, physically and mentally and emotionally, they feel parents need to be present for them.
I don't think anyone's saying being a teenager is easy, right?
I don't think it is.
It's all part of learning to be a solid adult, right? Like
your lobes aren't completely developed. I think kids like maybe, for example, that one teen that was on varsity and took a hit off a vape or something, and then they were completely wiped out from like graduating, you know what I mean? Like, and then the twerking girl, she was twerking at a homecoming dance party, and it was caught on camera, and then she wasn't allowed to walk. I just think that's just weird.
Tracy, I'm hearing your 17-year-old can't do anything, huh?
I can't even leave my 17-year-old at home alone.
Why can't you leave your 17-year-old at home? That's like really bad.
He can't even make toast. The kid doesn't wipe. He doesn't brush his teeth. He can't do anything.
Did you just say he doesn't wipe?
At 17. Yes. I have to do his laundry, so let me tell you, it's gross. He's 17, and you would think that he was 4.
In days, he's going to be out here with us. He's going to be an adult.
Well, that's the world's problem. That's no longer my problem.
We just talked to Tracy.
Okay.
And I'll play back what she had to say. But first, you have to get this term in your head.
So, teenternity. The question is, like, is it a new way to make moms feel less guilty for an employer to offer teenternity? It's like maternity, where you get some time to spend with your teenager to work through any mental or physical, emotional issues that they're going through. I look at that as a daily conversation. Like, not everybody has the luxury of picking their kid up for school or from school or dropping them off and having the luxury of that time. I get it. You got to be at work and you rely on the bus, but that's like an after school conversation or even a text. How was your day? Did you have any challenges today? I love you so much. Stuff like that. That could suffice. But like taking time and having an employer pay for you to spend time with your teen isn't going to do the trick.
Tracy may need this.
He can't even make toast. The kid doesn't wipe. He doesn't brush his teeth. He can't do anything. He can't function at 17.
17 years old, can't really do
Yowza.
much. And if you're calling the radio station to tell us, I mean, I get it. It's kind of tongue-in-cheek. We all kind of talk about how dopey our kids are.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
feel
next
that.
level, Trace.
Thoughts on this, Mark?
For 17-year-old kids that can't wipe, that's poor parenting.
That's what I am thinking. You know, I don't want to call someone a
What
bad
if he's
mom
got
or
just
anything.
really short
but-
arms, guys?
Well, I didn't say that's poor. I didn't say bad mom. I just said poor parenting.
Yeah.
Like, if your kid's not prepared for the world, that's on you.
But just to joke about it, I think is weird. You're like, so you can wrap your mind around all the problems that your teen has. You can call a radio station and talk about it, but you can't figure out how to help them. Like, this child is like, has been failed for sure.
Yeah, doing your laundry, not being able to cook, all that other stuff, that's things that are taught by the parents. Some people should not have kids if that's how their kid's going to turn out.
Whoa.
My dad's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Greg.
Yeah.
How old is Gregory?
He is, I'm gonna throw out 76.
You don't know.
I don't. We tried to do the math. We ate at Crave this weekend with him. He went to the mall.
What is he like there?
He had the chicken wild rice soup.
Okay.
That's a great restaurant, by the way. We need a Crave
Everybody
up here.
loves Crave.
And it's so quick. You order and your food's there in like 7 minutes every single time. But yeah, he loves hanging out. We did mini golf with the boys.
Is he competitive
And
when you
he's-
guys do that?
No, not at all.
What happened to
I have
him?
my mom who's over here crazy calling her grandson names, you know, because
Trying to get in his head?
Yes, like, stop cheating. And then my dad's so passive. Oh no, you can go. You go in front of me. You go in front of me. And I think it takes the average mini golfer maybe about 48 minutes to get through. We were in and out in 110 minutes.
What
was
what
a
branch
long
of the military was your dad in?
He was in the Navy.
The Navy, okay.
And he saw the Beatles in San Diego for 50 cents back in his day.
He was
like, I love that
stationed
story.
in San Diego.
Yeah.
Saw the Beatles back then.
So,
Tip of the cap to
cool.
Greg then.
yeah,
One
happy
of the best.
birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday, although
And
nobody knows how old you
you
are.
know what I'm worried about is like everyone sending the group text. You
Oh,
know what
no, God.
happens.
Listen. If you're on a group text with Kat and her father, for my sanity
Yeah.
and for my sake, don't send the group text that includes Kat's old man because he thinks that every time somebody texts, he has to call Kat here in the studio.
He
Go,
sees
what's
the
going on?
name. He sees the name as the last person that texted, and he thinks that he missed a call, and so he'll say, "I don't do the group text."
It should be just a general rule of thumb that
How many
anybody
times
over
did he
70.
call me that one day?
It was
3.
like 4.
3 or
And then
4.
he would just, Kat would go, "Hi, Dad," and he'd go,
You
well,
call
hey, what's up? And she'd be like, "Well, you called me." No, you called me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the group text again.
Oh, yeah.
It should be a rule of thumb. If you know anyone over 70, don't involve them on a group text. It can only be pain. What does a guy like your dad want for his birthday? It's so close to Christmas.
A bear claw.
That's
donut.
it. He just wants a big ass donut, huh?
Well, I got him a gift card to Casey's General Store because he works up at the high school near his house. And he just walks around, monitors, gets his steps in, opens doors if he has to. But he always stops there for a little snack. So like chocolate milk and, bad stuff that old men eat.
Listen,
So.
you hit that age, I think you can do whatever you want.
But I figure he's walking to and from work. He's getting his steps in, walking the entire time there. He can grab some Ruffle chips.
Yeah.
So.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
It's really weird that I feel like he's kind of half my dad, too. Like, we've done the show long enough.
Yeah.
That every time he calls, I feel like I should at least check in, make sure he's doing all right.
He's good. He good.
I like that. Let's get our last round of paparazzi on the books this morning. A whole lot to gossip about, including
Travis and Taylor are married. I don't know if you know that. It is a big deal. Also, a couple of big losses in the Hollywood world. You won't believe who just died at the age of 29. That's coming up with Radio Paparazzi next.
It feels good.
It is time for the Monday wordplay. The goal is to get $500 cash, and today you play with me. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to excuse myself from the studio. I'll go out in the hallway where I can't hear any of your answers with Kat. She will just give you 5 words, and then your goal is to provide the first 5 words that come to your brain as soon as you hear those, okay?
Okay.
I'll come back. We'll see if we can match up my answers to yours, and if we match them all, you get $500 cash. So
I hope
good
so.
luck, and take your time. Let's win this money here.
Then you could take that 500.
Okay, perfect.
You could book a hotel. After the concert, go to the hotel and go to sleep like I would. All right? Okay, here we go. So I'm going to read off the word. I want the first word that comes to your mind, okay? You ready? Okay. Calendar.
Day.
Day, D-A-Y.
Yep.
Taco.
Bell.
Oh, okay. Computer.
Keyboard.
Oil.
Car.
And beard.
A man.
Just one word. So man.
Man, yep.
Man, M-A-N. A man with a beard. All right, come back in. Okay, he's coming down the steps here. I would love for you to win this money. You got to match up all 5. It's not like you get 100 per match, okay?
All right.
Got to match up all 5.
So here's what I can tell from the hallway. I can see the LED meters moving here on the board in front of me. I feel like there's a great chance of us winning when I see Kat's mouth moving and I see the meters moving, and then there's a quick reply.
Yeah.
And I don't see a bunch of just not meters moving.
I'm going to say it's a good play. Okay?
We got a chance here, Dakota?
Yeah, we have one.
All right,
perfect.
Our first one, let's go.
Calendar. Oh, you got to go with your gut.
I don't want to screw this up for him.
I saw your mouth. Go with your gut.
Date.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
No, is that wrong? Oh.
I thought you were going to say day.
Oh, is that what he said? Is
yes.
day? Oh,
Day. Dakota, he ruined it for you.
So sorry, man. If we had to go with another one, it would have been what?
Taco. Say it. Look at your mouth.
Burrito.
Oh, no, I thought you were going to say bell. I'm done watching your mouth. Computer.
Screen.
Keyboard. Oil.
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 Oil pan.
Car. Beard. Beard. Not bearded.
Oh.
Beard.
Beard. I would say razor.
Man.
Jeez.
You're horrible at this game.
Dakota, you suck, man. You're horrible
Not
at this.
Dakota.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.